Meanwhile, we have our next series. We are getting into a ZvP with players that I've had my eye on, and this is looking to be a juicy series because spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Hecate, we have the red Protoss player representing CSO Esports. It is Rostok. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Wayne. Wayne, one of the best Zerg players in all of Europe. I would say Wayne being the favorite player to take the entire event. I say that we did recently cast Hatchery Cup. We recently casted Hatchery Cup number 10, and we had a finals, a best of 5 grand finals between Wayne and Geralt. And Geralt did take the series. Geralt was our Hatchery Cup champion. So, and you know who else is in this bracket? Geralt as well. So we could even see a rematch. We could even see Wayne and Geralt face off in the finals again. So it's not a sure thing. Even though on the one hand, I would say that Wayne is maybe the highest rated player, there are players in this tournament that can knock him down, that can bring him to his knees. Geralt being one of them, Baby Marine being another, Akedon being another. Rostok, I'm sure he has it in him as well. I want to believe. I do want to believe. But now it's going to be a gate expand from our Protoss player. Likewise, Wayne going for a Hatch Gas Pool standard opener here from our blue Zerg player. So everything so far is looking to be by the book. Everything is looking normal. Important that I point that out because Wayne has been known to be aggressive. He has been known to go for a 12 pool or a gas first or a roach rush. You know, he's been known to really ramp things up early on at times. So important to really take stock and realize, okay, everything's looking normal for now. And Rostok confirms that as well. So he gets the hell out of the main base. We'll be racing back home. We should be getting into our tech of choice. Based on the pylon placements here, it looks like a Stargate opener out of Rostok, but we'll see kind of what tech he decides to go for. A Twilight Council opener. Twilight Council opener is always an option as well, depending on what kind of direction Rostok wants to take us in. The probe being a little bit annoying. It wants to try and delay this third base, but Lings are racing on over, and we missed the probe. We barely do miss the probe, but the third base is not going to be delayed. It's going to be thrown down, and it is a Twilight Council opener. You have my attention. Let's go. Let us go. The third base has been spotted. Twilight Council opener. Okay, so this could lead us in a couple of different directions. We have pulled out of gas. We have pulled 1 out of gas for each of these gas geysers. This screams Glaive Adepts. This screams 4-gate Glaive Adepts. If we pulled back into gas, then it could go up to 6-gate Glaive Adepts or a Dark Shrine opener. But because there's only 2 and 2, because there's only 8 mining gas here, or 8 probes mining gas, 4-gate Glaives is the build and the opener that makes the most sense. Meanwhile, back at home, Wayne, he's just droning, getting a handful of Lings here to defend, to maneuver between his bases. There it is, Glaives is in production, as we mentioned before, is going to be our build of choice. Now, 4-gate Glaive Adepts is not all in. You know, just bear that in mind here, that Rostok, he's not overly committed with this. He's not being hyper-aggressive or anything like that. Is not being hyper-aggressive with this. He should be looking to expand, and there it is, third base is on the way. So this is a way to get ahead economically, not to kill the Zerg player. This is not designed to kill, this is designed to maim or to cripple or to get ahead, give yourself some breathing room. Lings, they rock up, they get eyes on the third base. Lings once again at checking that natural as well. When it comes to the tech of Wayne, Roach Warren's now on the way. This is a 4-minute Roach Warren. A good timing here for Wayne. This means that the Roaches would be coming out as the Adepts are attacking. So the Adepts are soon to be moving out. Oh, I also just realized, my apologies. This is 4-gate Glaive Adept, yes, but there is a faster third base than normal because there's no Robo, which means no Warp Prism. So this is a very economic variation here from Rostok. Going for a faster third, 0 Robo, which means he cannot reinforce. What you see is what you get. These are all the Adepts that Rostok has to work with, which means he has to be very careful with his movement. He cannot just throw them away. He has to trade as best he can against the Lings, and ideally get into a mineral line as well. But the Queens are in position so far. One of them goes out, not enough entry for Transfuse. No Transfuse, we almost get a second Queen, but we do not overextend. We respect all of these Lings. And Rostok is going to be backing up. But again, behind this is just getting his third base up and running, is going to be probing on up, and should be taking into Immortal production behind this as well. There it is. Robo and Forge on the way. The Adepts, they will threaten this third. Wayne has a low amount of drones to begin with. He cut workers at 37. Now he's going to be joining. Roaches have arrived. And Wayne survives. So Rostok he backs off. And Wayne didn't lose any workers. He didn't lose any drones whatsoever. So a nice little back and forth between the players. Wayne did lose a queen, so that was a nice pickup from Rostok. But remember, it was so important that Rostok didn't really lose anything too soon. But now we can commit. Now he reinforces with a second wave of Adepts. And how much more firepower is available here for Rostok. We'll see if he can try to catch Wayne off guard. Oh, big link counterattack though is catching some of these probes at the same time. The Adepts, they're pushing out. And how many roaches do we have to defend? We have 4 roaches. Uh-oh. We do not commit, but we do go straight up for that third base. Our roaches are in position. Drone so far not going down. And Wayne is going to be able to keep up here. A queen falls though. And there's the target firing on those drones. We get a second queen. We get a couple of workers. But the roaches keep up. And oh, the roaches will lock this down. Yeah, only a handful of Adepts survived. That was not really worth it. Looking at the unit stab, we killed 44 lings. We killed a lot of lings. To be fair, a lot of lings went down. But we didn't really touch the economy here. And now Wayne, he's going for a big counterattack. And what do we have at home to defend this round? No, the Adepts, they get caught out as well. 3 Adepts will get picked off. The roaches, they have arrived. Immortal's not done yet. We have shield batteries on the way. Overcharge soon to be upon us as well. Wayne from here, he's just posturing. He's going to be joining. Let's get a Stalker. Not a bad pickup. But behind this, Wayne, he's droning. Oh, another Adept arrives. 7 drone. Oh my god. 9? 9 workers going down. That was not meant to happen, by the way. The initial Adept harass didn't do anything, but 2 Adepts. 2 Adepts is all that Rostok needed. They get into the natural 9 worker kills. Suddenly, Rostok, he's looking good. He's in a good economic position. Sure, he lost all those Adepts, but you know what? We don't care anymore. It's all about Blink. +1. Immortal production underway. Second robo for double Colossus production with the Robotics Bay. This is a very tech-heavy style. So, we had a lot of aggression from Rostok. Now it's all about defending. Now Rostok, his win condition, his goal here is to just turtle, defend on 3 bases, eventually get a 4th. There we go. 4th is on the way. We turtle, we defend, we get up to 6, what? 4 Colossus, and then we can push out. Then we can finally be free. And Wayne is playing catch-up. Wayne is going to be playing catch-up. He gets eyes on the 4th base timing. Spire is on the way. This is a good way to catch up. This is a good way to try to catch the Protoss player off guard. And there it is. 5 mutas are on the way. 5 mutas is enough to one-shot workers. We could invest a little bit further. And yep, there we go. We have 6 mutas now in production. We could get a little bit more going. Back at home, we will have Blink Stalkers. So we will have an answer, but we need to scout the Spire. Without getting eyes on this, Rostok, he won't really be prepared here. He needs Phoenix production, Stargate, cannons, shield batteries. Hallucination goes down, and looking at Rostok's vision, he has yet to see and yet to confirm the Spire. Now, I assumed that we would be defending until we got Colossus. Colossus are on the way. Oh, we're a little bit supply blocked. We're still working on that second Colossus as well. But Rostok is pushing out already. This is risky. This is risky because there's no War Prism. There's no War Prism with this army. No way to reinforce, no way to juggle, no way to preserve those Immortals. Risky maneuver, but we do shut down the Queen, and we get on top of the base. Oh, that's a kill, not a cancel. Wayne going to be hurting here. The force field's looking damn good. And we catch these mutas. The mutas, 1 goes down. Big pickups as well. Big scout. At the same time, though, there are still mutas across the map. 3 probes will fall. And Rostok, he's done more than enough. We got to get out of here. There we go. There's the recall. Rostok lost 3 probes. He killed 4 workers, and he got a kill in the hatchery as well. Rostok in control right now. But the mutas, they dive into that natural base, into that 4th base, sorry. They get another couple of probes. Threatening that pylon. Stalkers have arrived. We have additional cannons and shield batteries on the way. As we mentioned before, static defense is so important here just to buy time. And these mutas, they've done some damage, but not enough to catch up. Why? Well, because of this dead base, because of the dead 4th. Rostok ahead in bases, ahead in economy. There's a lot of pressure here on Wayne to catch back up, to come back. Here we go. We have mass muta coming in on the right-hand side. We're just continuing to buy out more and more mutas. Blink Stalkers are trying to keep up here. We don't leave much at home to defend at the 4th. Massive Link counterattack with roaches alongside them. We're going for the fourth base. At the same time, the Mutas, they do threaten the third, but they're distracting Rostok's army. We're going for the kill. We're going for the Nexus. And despite the overcharge, the Nexus is going to be going down. There's just too much DPS. Wayne successfully pulling apart Rostok. Snipes the Nexus, gets the hell out of there. Rostok was in a good position, but because of the Mutas, they did pull Rostok again towards that third base. They distracted him. And the Mutas, they're not done. How many Mutas do we have? We are up to 25 Mutas. The probes, the mineral line. Oh my god. We're going straight for the Cybercore, which means no more Stalkers. And Rostok is forced all in. We have two big armies moving out across the map. We have Stalkers here on the left. We have the main army towards the right. Mutas are just wreaking havoc here, killing every single worker. We're in full base rate. The Colossus, no! Barely a save. The Colossus does survive. A big save there from Rostok. Now, the problem here is, one, these Stalkers are a little bit fragmented and they're getting picked off. You know, in these small groups, they're getting picked off one after the other. This Muta army, if it gets across the map, I don't know if we can deal with it. Colossus comes out and it's going to be shut down immediately. At the same time, we're going right for the kill, right for the natural. There is a Ling army here on the left-hand side. We're pushing towards that natural base, camping the production, shutting down the tech. And drones are going to be going down. Mutas, they still don't turn around, by the way. We're still in full base trade mode. Hatchery does fall. We can camp these eggs as well, shutting down these Mutas. Yeah, the Lings, they commit. Wayne, he ignores this army. And we need to evacuate some workers. We need to get rid of the probes. We're recalling. Uh-oh. We're recalling back home. We have a handful of Stalkers left. We have the shield battery. We have an overcharge. Rostok has to be very careful with how he engages. He's racing back home as well. Oh, but his army, again, it's fragmented. The Mutas, they're going straight for the Colossus. And Colossus is going to be going down. Big pick off. What else can we find? A sentry, a couple of Stalkers. Oh, we do blink off forward. Archons are also coming in. And as the dust does settle, Wayne lost his natural, true. He also lost a hatchery here on the right-hand side. But he keeps his main alive. And he's still mining at his third base and at his fourth. Wayne has a better worker count. He has a better economy. Rostok is on one base. Rostok, he lost everything else. He's on one base economy. Does pick off a couple of Mutas. And again, Wayne is droning. Wayne, he's droning up. His Muta count is still looking solid. 37. 37 Mutas here for Wayne. He's taking another hatchery as well. Again, Rostok had to recall just because he's stuck on one base and he didn't have any probes on the map. Didn't have any other Nexus. He could not commit to the base trade. Part of me wishes he did go into the main though. Killing this base would have been huge. Killing the tech would have been huge as well. But unfortunately, Rostok is just stuck here, working on Storm. Storm is in production. But Wayne just with an insane army. Things were looking close. Things looking very scrappy between these two. Very back and forth. But the Mass Muta, the real MVP here for Wayne. Rostok, he's going to try to expand. Wayne is here to deny it. And Wayne, he could probably even attack this even with pure Muta. I mean, if there wasn't Storm. Storm is about to finish though, and Storm is going to be a big factor here in the next fight. So can he somehow pull this off? Okay, there's a world. If he's able to catch these Mutas, if the Mutas, they attack head-on into Archons, and if they take Storms to the face, then maybe we can make this work. But the Mutas, they dive into the last mining base, last bastion of hope here of Rostok. They take down the Temple Archives. Big Storm on the army, but one Storm is not good enough. Did a lot of damage though. Did soften up these Mutas. But we're retreating. We're regenerating our HP. Mutas just taking down some more of these gateways here, forcing a Rostok out of position. We have Lings getting ready for their own counterattack here at this last mining base. Rostok trying to take a ninja. Trying to get a hidden base up and running. Meanwhile, Wayne just picking apart at whatever little is left. Buildings are falling, gateways. Rostok, can he keep up? As the Lings, they dive right on top of the... Oh my god, we're going for the Nexus. We're going for the kill. A really greedy move here from Wayne, and it's not going to be worth it. Every single Ling, every single Roach goes down. A good trade here for Rostok. Trading HP of the Nexus for an entire ground army. Again, that was 58 Lings and 6 Roaches for nothing, essentially. We did just pick up a High Templar. High Templar did go down. But that was a good trade for Rostok. An overextension from Wayne, but he may just feel that confident. One volley from these mutas, they can get a kill on that Nexus. It's so tempting. It is so very tempting here. Going for the gas geysers, going for the High Templar as well. Doesn't quite get them. Ninja base is getting up and running. We're trying to keep up with these mutas. Oh! Trying to keep up with the mutas. It's going to be 3 dead mutas at this point, and we're taking it by another big storm. But throughout all of this, Lunker Den is on the way. Hydras as well. We're amassing and getting ready for a Lurker transition. We can afford it. Can afford it as these mutas are still having their way. They go for the Nexus! One more! And they will get it. The final mining base of Rostok going down. He does have this base here towards the top right, to be fair. Does have that ninja base. As the mutas, they take down the gateways. Rostok's been stuck with this army for quite some time. He's pushing out. He's going to find some bases to take care of as well. But again, the Lurkers are on the way. Do we have detection? Uh-oh. We have one observer. We have one observer with the main army. We do have detection available. Base is going to go down. Full base trade once again. Rostok gets one hatchery. He's going for another. Meanwhile, Wayne going straight for the last remaining buildings here of Rostok. Hatches a couple of spine crawlers. The Lurkers are in position. There's no way up this ramp. No shot. We're going to go. Oh, we're going for it. Okay, Rostok going to avoid that ramp, thankfully. Gonna rotate around, trying to catch some more of these Lurkers. That's 13 Lurkers though. We dive on top of them. It's gonna be a brutal trade. We do get 4. 4 Lurkers go down. Another hidden base here towards the left hand side. We do come across another Nexus. Wayne gonna shut it down. Lurkers in position. Oh my god, the ramp! Oh, massive spine shots go off. That is not the way, Papi. That's not the way. And I'm sure Rostok is feeling a little bit frustrated because he was in a good position. Rostok was 100% in a good position this game, but the mutas, they allowed for the comeback to be a reality. Massive spine shots going off. We will clean this up, but we barely have anything left, and 100% we can collapse on this with the mass muta. The base is going to fall. We do have 2 storms available. Soon to be 3. As they come across another Nexus. Rostok hoping he can maybe catch Wayne making a big mistake. Finds another base. A lot of drones are going to be going down, but here come those Lurkers. Ooh. Big spine shots. They take down an Archon. Again, there's barely anything left. The mutas, they should know that they can turn around. They can fight this. Storms are being spent. 1 storm left. 1 storm left in this army, and here we go. GG gets called, and Wayne will take game number 1. Whew. But that was pretty intense. GG, well played. Congratulations, Wayne. Will be taking that first game. But again, Rostok was in a better position initially. You know, he was the first player to get up to 4 base saturation, to be able to cripple the economy of Wayne. It was the mutas. The muta play did pull Rostok apart, did allow Wayne to pick up the 4th, if you remember, to kill workers, to force the base trade, to gain value, and to contain Rostok as well, to not allow him to really push out. In the end, we had a base trade, and in the middle of that base trade, Wayne did have the advantage. GG, well played. We'll take game 1, but again, based on Rostok's performance there, I can see us getting an ace match. I want an ace match. Give me a game 3. Por favor. Here we go. Catching up in the chat. GG Machine is a 14-year-old, I think. Oh, 5.4, 5.6. That's crazy. Oh, these young kids. Oh my god. He's like, Eba. Eba is here. Yeah, he is here. Chess is the same way. I remember getting to chess at 16. I think I was pretty good. I found out there were 13-year-old GMs. Oh my god. That one adept did the 4 times the amount of damage that 15 adept run by did. Exactly. I mean, that was the moment when Rostok took control of the game, and then it slipped away. Slipped through his fingers in the end. Ah, GG. But here we go. We're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the red Zerg player representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Wayne. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss representing CSO Esports. It is Rostok. Rostok looking to fight back, looking to tie up the series, and based on Game 1's performance, I know that he didn't win Game 1, but I want to believe that Rostok, he has it in him. He has it inside him here to fight back against Wayne. Not going to be easy. We saw that even in a game where he was able to gain an economic advantage, where he was able to cripple the economy of the Zerg player, the multi-pronged aggression, the multitasking of Wayne was too much for Rostok to keep up with. That is something that did seem a bit apparent there, and yeah, just a little bit too much chaos was ensuing. So we'll see if Rostok comes at this with a bit of a different approach. Remember, winding it back, Game 1, Rostok did go for 4-gate Glaive Adepts, but it wasn't your standard 4-gate Glaive Adepts. Remember, it was a more economic variation where he skipped the Robo, went for a faster 3rd Nexus instead, which meant that he had a smoother transition into the mid-game. So yeah, very interesting variation of Glaive Adept from Rostok. We'll see if he does that again, or if he does something different. I'm here for it. Here we go. As for now, we are just settling into this. We do have just a gate expand into the cybercore here from Rostok. So everything is going to be looking solid here. We have our tech of choice. I was about to theory craft a little bit and, you know, have some fun theorizing what kind of direction we would go in. But there it is. Twilight Council opener from Rostok. Once again, 2 games in a row. And once again, we pulled out of gas. So because we only have 2 and 2, 4 in total, it is going to be Glaive Adepts. It should be Glaive Adepts. But as we saw in the last game, different variations, right? Are we going to throw down a Robo, or are we just going to commit to purely Gateways instead? And there it is. 4-gate Glaives is going to be kind of the backbone of this build. Glaives should be on the way. And we'll see if Rostok can have as much success with it as he did previously. We shall see. Behind this, Hatch Gas Pool Opener into a 3rd base. Standard play here from Wayne. Everything looking normal, everything looking as it should. There it is, Glaives are in production. So it looks like we're skipping the Robo. So once again, Rostok is going for a faster 3rd. It's going to be going for a faster 3rd Nexus here. Back at home, so that economic variation once again. But the Ling will confirm this. Wayne, he has eyes on the would-be 3rd. He's at least aware of the more economic approach from Rostok, similar to Game 1. Behind this, we are reaching the 4-minute mark. Once we reach the 4-minute mark, we should be seeing a Roach Warren thrown down by Wayne. That would mean that Roaches would come out in time for the Glaive Adepts. I'm concerned as the game progresses here that we still don't see a Roach Warren, though. This is a little bit greedy from Wayne. He may believe... Okay, there we go. I was going to say he may think it's like a Stargate opener or something, but there we go. Roach Warren's on the way. It's a little bit later compared to last game, which is a little bit concerning because the Rush Assist Spike round on Oceanborn is shorter than that on Hecate. So it's going to take a little bit less time for these units to get across the map, which means we have less time to react and make roaches. So the later Roach Warren is a little bit scary. Here we go, adepts are arriving. As you can see, Roach Warren is still in production. Every second counts. The adepts are soon to arrive. Wayne, though, amassing a massive amount of lings. Enough lings to keep up. The Queens are going to be approaching those adepts initially. We do have the lings trying to chase the shade. We commit to the shade, though. And the surface area is reduced. We park them behind those mineral patches. The lings, they just can't really get on top of this. Good trade from Rostok, but regardless, this is going to be cleaned up. How many drone kills do we get? We get 3. And we shade into the main. No, the drones fight. Oh my god. The drones, they turn around to fight. The lings not in position. 9 workers go down. But we clean up the adepts, and now we can counterattack. Was that worth it? That was 9 adepts for 9 drones, plus 33 lings. Not a bad trade for Rostok. We do have a ling counterattack, but we have plenty of adepts back at home to defend. Rostok will hold. He will hold, he will survive, he gets away with his 3rd. Behind this, a much faster robo this time. And that is not 4 gate glaive adepts. That is 6 gate. This is essentially a 2-base all-in. Essentially, basically, we're not saturating the 3rd. No probes here whatsoever. We're not taking additional gases either. We're not taking up into Immortal production, into a Forge, into Blink, for example. We're doubling down on Mass Adept. I love that this looks the same. This looks very similar to game number 1, but it's anything but. Because it's a 2-base all-in. This Nexus is going to be going down. Rostok doesn't really care. Doesn't really care about the space because he's doubling down here on pure adepts. Is this going to work? Is this going to be enough? Shades into the natural base. We do commit. Piles, they are not going to be connecting. A good dodge there from Rostok. Ling's going to be going down as well. We do have a handful of roaches. The pile will connect here in the juicy center of those adepts. We do shade the hell out of there. Drones are going down. Another big warp in into the main base again. We can warp in 6 adepts at a time, and there's no turning back. We are all in. Prism's going to be forced back. We get into another mineral line. Drones are falling left and right. The lings are being cleaned up. How many roaches do we have? We have 13 roaches trying to keep up with these adepts. They can clean this up if they can reach them. Wild does connect as well, but we do commit to the shade. Another big warp into the prism. Barely surviving. The Queens are going for it. Up. They're going for the prism. The prism will barely survive. As the dust does settle, Wayne, he did lose a lot of workers. He's down to 35 drones. The Ravager does get focused down. We're going to try and focus down as many drones as we can get here. But it looks like Wayne holds. Wayne does hold. Rostok, that push had to end the game. Not just kill drones. We did kill workers. 22 dead workers. It's not bad. But we had to do more than that. We had to break the Roach Army, break the Queens, snowball out of control into a win. Wayne survives. He survives, he's got 3 bases, he's got roaches to fight toe-to-toe with whatever Rostok has next, and Wayne is re-droning. He's resaturating, taking gases. He's made it. He weathered the storm. Meanwhile, Rostok, he is transitioning into a follow-up 2-base all-in. We have Immortals on the way. Also, it wasn't even 6, it was 8 gate. So my point, it's 6 gateways in the main, it was 2 here at the natural. So I miscounted. It was even more committed. It was 8 gate glaive adepts. Oh my god. I don't even know if we can sustain 8 warpings of adepts, but behind this, Immortal production underway. We're not taking a 3rd. The goal here is to go for a 2nd all-in, this time with Immortals. And the Immortals, they're going to be the answer to the roaches. The lings are going to be the adepts are going to be the answer to the lings. Is this going to be enough, though? Do we have enough? Because how many roaches do we have to work through? 23. That's a lot of roaches for 2 Immortals. That's, it's a tall ask. Here we go. Rostok is going to be pushing. There's another massive warping of adepts. How many adepts do we have? We have 21. Almost as many adepts as roaches. But again, adept versus roach, not something you want to see too often. One of the Immortals almost gets caught out. Yeah, the roaches are just going ham on this army. Piles being thrown down as well. We're getting on top of the Immortals. Yeah, 1 Immortal for 2nd as well. GG gets called, and Wayne will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played. A solid performance there out of Wayne. A shout out to Rostok though, because again, game 1, he was looking strong, he was looking powerful, he was in a good position up until like the halfway mark. And here in game 2, I love that it looked like the same build. I love that it was set up, designed to try to throw Wayne off and try to lure him into a false sense of security. Oh look, I'm going economic, right? I'm throwing down the third base, you know, I'm going without a robo again. But it was anything but. You know, we did end up throwing down the robo. We went up to 8 gateways as well. We did not saturate the third base whatsoever. It was a ruse. It was, again, designed to throw off Wayne, throw him off the scent. So I loved the mind games were kind of transpiring there. Didn't work, but I loved it nonetheless. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. GG, well played. Wayne will advance on. It is single elimination, so Rostok is going to be eliminated. Is going to be eliminated from the tournament. My condolences to Rostok. My condolences. But GG nonetheless. And with that, we are getting ready here for our next series. We're getting ready for our next matchup. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys wish to have a look at the bracket yourselves. Let us quickly switch over